Hey guys, welcome to another TR Customs video. I'm TR, I'm coming out with another video. This time, I'm going to be doing a different video. I'm not going to be reviewing my custom Stormtroopers, which I've been working on and off over the year. I decided, you know what, no. Today's Tuesday, the 12th, and Thursday the 14th at midnight, Star Wars The Last Jedi is dropping. And I wasn't able to make all the minifigures I wanted to by release date, unfortunately, because I don't have any of the minifigures from the set or any Cape Madness accessories or whatnot. So what I decided to do was I'll make a couple of minifigures now, throw in another minifigure I made earlier in the year, and have a little showcase now, the day before it actually releases. And then later on down the track, I'm going to make the rest of the minifigures. Anyway, the minifigure that I'm throwing in is Kylo Ren from Force Awakens, and then I made these two, Rey and Luke, on how they appear at the end of Force Awakens and I'm guessing the first act of The Last Jedi. They took me, like I said, not that long. I started them last night and I finished them today by the time of this recording the video. So yeah, they were fun to make, a little bit of a pain to make as well. Anyway, I'm really happy with the way they turned out. Now please don't spoil Last Jedi. If you've seen Last Jedi, don't spoil it. Don't do fake spoilers. I'm just gonna delete any spoilers or fake spoilers. I'm gonna delete. So don't go there. Don't waste my time. Anyway, that's about it for this intro. Let's go have a look at Kylo Ren. Alright guys, so first up we've got Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens. Now I know this isn't what he's going to be wearing in The Last Jedi. I just decided to throw this guy in here because I made him earlier in the year. And I just decided, well, I haven't reviewed him yet. So if I'm ever going to review him, it'll be now. Otherwise, it's just going to be a minifigure which I'll never end up reviewing. So that's what I decided to do. Anyway, so for his accessory, I've made this crossguard lightsaber. Now I think this is 97 Lego Maniac crossguard lightsaber technique. It's just one of these pieces with the top bit of another lightsaber glued together, painted in gunmetal, and then just blades cut down. And I'll leave in the link to their video down below. So like I said, this is based off of the Force Awakens Kylo Ren, like towards the end of the film when he doesn't have his helmet, because I'm not that good at sculpting, so I tried sculpting his helmet and it just failed. I guess we'll go from head to toe. So his hair that I used is a Anakin Skywalker hair, which I think is better than the other hair which you get in the Battle in Takodana set, which is just that long hair. I just thought this one looked more accurate. I cut off the front. Now I'll probably use this hairstyle for my Last Jedi Kylo Ren, but I'll probably sculpt a little bit on the front just to make it look better. And then I'll be using Lego Official's face for that instead of this face, because they will have the scar and whatnot. So yeah, this is just Lego Official's face, and then obviously I can have him be angry if I wanted to. Now for his cape here, I'll just remove his head. So I've just got this cape, which was actually like a mid cape, I think is what Cape Madness calls it. Now I'll leave a link to Cape Madness in the description below. Whoop, there goes the head. So yeah, it's just a Cape Madness cape, and I outlined the little cape that you get in the Star Wars sets, and I've just made it bigger. Well, I tried my best to make it look like that. So yeah, I really like how this turned out. It actually wraps around this time or whatnot. So I'll leave that off here. I used, I think it was a trench coat that I used. Now, I have to try and remember what I used because this was a while ago. So I used a trench coat, which I glued on, and I cut up 2 extra bits of fabric, which I glued onto the front. Make the front seem a lot better because originally it had like a little bit of a gap at the front. I decided to cut up some more bits of fabric and actually glue onto the front just to make it look better. I also cut up 2 other little bits of fabric to glue up here to be like the scarf that he wears. On here I used electrical tape for his belt, which I've gone over in like a flat black, and used a bit of card for his buckle there, which I painted in gunmetal. I tried to make the designs look as accurate as I could. It's a little bit messy, but I don't mind. For his arms, just plain black arms. I haven't actually done anything to him. Yeah, for The Last Jedi, if he's got more designs on the arms, then I'll do that. His gloves, I used the Moose Figs technique of cutting off the stud off the top of a minifigure, which I don't think I actually cut it off a minifigure. I think I cut it off something else. Yeah, it's just pretty much a stud or whatnot. It could be from the top of a head or whatnot, which you just cut off and you just add on. So I'll leave a link to Moose Figs in the description below. And I've made sure I cut these bit how they should. The front separates. There's nothing really on the back. I haven't really done too much. Now I'll just stall before I move on to Rey. So yeah, let me know what you think of this figure. Like I said, I made this guy earlier in the year, so let me know what you think. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna reuse this hair because I think it works a lot better for Kylo Ren when he's unmasked. So I just, yeah, I'm gonna use this, but except I'm not gonna sculpt on the front. But yeah, anyway, that's Kylo Ren. Now moving on, we have the main character of the new trilogy, Rey. So this was a fun minifigure to make. Now, I did actually make this minifigure a while ago, and here's that minifigure. It's just all faded and doesn't look that well anymore, does it? So yeah, I decided to remake this Rey minifigure by using an actual trench coat, which I've painted up, and 3D elements. So yeah, just using some techniques I've learned since I've made this minifigure a while ago. I'll just get rid of that, just so you don't have to look at it. But yeah, now, I only have one Rey face, which I actually used for Ellie from The Last of Us, so I'm actually getting in a new Rey. Like, I just bought myself another Jakku outfit Rey, which I'm actually going to use to replace. This head is actually just a stand-in, so don't mind the little scratch on the eyebrow there. Just ignore that. I will be getting another face that does have a completed eyebrow. We'll just say that. Because I want to have 2 Reys and whatnot, so I need another face. This was the only one I had. So the accessories I gave her was just her staff, which you see her use in The Force Awakens. And I'm assuming she's not going to use this as much in The Last Jedi, but I just decided to give this to her anyway. And then, of course, I gave her the Skywalker family lightsaber, which is just a Brick Forge lightsaber. Link to Brick Forge in the description below, which I've just painted up the grips here on like a semi-gloss black, and I've given her a blade, which it can be removed. So I'll probably paint up the butt before like the next one, and maybe do the power box in the Last Jedi showcase, or the biggest showcase where I'll have the Jedi training Rey. So I've already covered the face. It's just the standard Lego Rey face. I really love this face for Rey. I've just got this standard hairpiece that you get for Rey. Anyway, her torso, start off with the torso. It's just a light grey torso. Now, it is in an area light curved torso, simply because I don't have this color grey or light bluish grey in the area light curved torso. So I just decided I'll just use a regular torso here. Now, I've painted on her flesh up at the top, and then I've added on her belts, which is just made out of electrical tape, which was painted up. Her jacket's just a trench coat, which I cut down to size. I painted in grey, and then I just added on the little black lines that you see up the top, which continue onto the back. There's nothing really on the back, and I know in the movie she doesn't have the vest on for, like, there's a part in the trailer where she doesn't have the vest on, but I decided to leave the vest on because I actually haven't like done any back detail. Her arms is just some flesh arms, which I painted in like a grey colour, which I then just added some, like, I guess laces, all the other things that she has on the top of her arms here, on her forearms, and I painted them over her hands as well. But I left the inside of the hands, it's just flesh colour, because I thought I didn't want them to scratch off. On the side here, just added on her holster, which I probably need to repaint, and then it's just got the electrical tape going around for her straps for the gun holster. Then I painted on the flesh at the bottom here to have her exposed skin. Then I painted on her brown boots. So yeah, Rey was a fun minifigure to make, a lot simpler than Luke Skywalker. So, but yeah, and out of Force Awakens, she was my favorite new character that was introduced for the trilogy, so I'm excited to see what happens with Rey. But yeah, anyway, there's Rey, and now let's move on to Luke Skywalker. Okay, so now we have my favorite Star Wars character of all time, Luke Skywalker. Now, this is actually my 3rd attempt trying to make this minifigure in this outfit. I think I tried twice around the time Force Awakens came out, and they just both failed. So I'm really happy with the way this minifigure turned out. It has to be one of my favorites. For his accessory, I've just given him this lightsaber, which I just showed a second ago with Rey. I've seen in the posters, it actually shows Luke holding his lightsaber again. So I just decided to give him this because we're not sure if he does have his green lightsaber, but if you want me to, here he is with his green lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. Now, I really hope he does have this lightsaber still, because this is my all-time favorite lightsaber. So there you go. There he is with his green lightsaber. So, yeah, I still hope he has. This minifigure was fun to make. It was also a pain in the ass because this minifigure had a little bit of trouble. So it was harder to make than this version of Rey. The hair piece I used was the Anakin Skywalker hair. Now, originally, I did paint it in like a dark tan, and then I just went over in like a grey. Now, I actually like how the way this turned out, but when I get a lighter grey, I'm probably just gonna go over and just like dry brush it over just to make it look more accurate. Now, I don't have a lighter grey, so I couldn't really do that. So, for the time being, it's just a grey. Like, for his head, I actually used a Final Duel Luke head. Oh, and the whole head comes off. I used a Final Duel Luke head, which you can kind of see the mouth and whatnot there. I went over the eyebrows in black, and then I just added some cheekbones, or wrinkles if you want. And then I sculpted a beard around, which I like the way how it turned out. It's my first sculpted beard. Painted it in grey, and then I don't have any light grey like I just said, so I just painted some white. But when I get some light grey, I'll paint light grey where the white is, just to make it more accurate. Now we have his mid-cape, which is what I just used. I cut down the front and side, and I used another bit of fabric, which I then glued on the back and painted up. And then I just added this little U here, just to make it look like he's got his hood just hanging down. This tunic piece was a pain in the... This is just layers of electrical tape, fabric, card, and of course the main minifigure body. So anyway, it started off with a white torso piece. He's got his little flesh showing up here with his little collar that you see there. I got a trench coat, which I then placed around the minifigure, and I painted... Originally I painted in like this dark tan. Then I realized, oh wait a minute, his tunic's actually lighter on him. Like it's a lighter tan. So I went over in like a wooden deck tan, is what the name of the paint was called, which is essentially a light tan. So there's a few coats. So now the fabric actually looks all smooth. So this was a trench coat. Due to all the layers of paint that I've applied to this, it now looks all smooth and more like electrical tape. So I swear it was a piece of fabric. I'm just trying to remove this. Anyway, yeah, it was a trench coat. Let me just remove an arm. I cut off this part of the trench coat here just to be able to make it so that the arm can move around more freely and it's not constricting, and it doesn't constrict around the body. Because you have a look at Ray. If I remove the head on Ray, you can see that like kind of hangs out back here like that, and I didn't want that for the figure. So I just decided to cut off around where the arms would plug in. On the back's just a mess. I glued this on, and then I had 2 bits of electrical tape and I painted them white. Now, I used some electrical tape around the back here because I did try using another cape, but it didn't fit all the way around. The last time I tried it, it just didn't turn out well at all. It just failed. It went horribly wrong. So I just decided, screw it, I'll use electrical tape. Went around, glued it on at the back, and then I've cut out the little segments here where you'd see the leg. Now, I didn't paint anything on the leg, so they're just Legos dark tan. I added on the white when that was all dried. I added on a strip of brown electrical tape on the front. I used to like an Xbox gold card after I've activated it, of course, for the belt buckle and for the pocket here. Glued them on, repainted the pocket, added on the pocket details there, painted this silver, and there's the belt. For his robotic hand, all I really did was just, originally I was going to paint it, but then I was like, actually no way, I can go with the paintbrush. Nah, screw it. Hooked it onto a couple of decal pieces and just dipped the whole hand in a silver paint. It may have taken a little longer to dry, but I don't care. At least I didn't have to go around painting everything. I just dunk it into the actual jar. There's Luke Skywalker. Really love how this minifigure turned out. Like I said, I will, once I get a lighter grey colour in, I will fix up the white on his beard there, and I will go over his actual hair. There's Luke. I'll give him his Return of the Jedi lightsaber. I really hope he keeps his lightsaber and he actually still has it, because it is, like I said, my all-time favourite lightsaber. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this minifigure showcase. Let's go ahead and wrap up. So thank you guys for watching this minifigure showcase for my Last Jedi / Force Awakens minifigures. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know which is your favourite. Mine is definitely Luke, and then probably Rey's a close second. I just love how Luke turned out, but yeah. Anyway, I will be making the rest of the Last Jedi stuff, so I do have Finn in the works here. There's Finn, he's in the works. Besides from that, I'm going to be making Luke in his black outfit, Rey in her other, like, Jedi training outfit. I'm going to be making Poe, possibly Leia, Snoke, Hux, new Kylo Ren, and a couple of other characters. I'm also thinking of having a separate video on just some custom First Order Stormtroopers, so that will be fun. I can't wait to do that, which will just have the regular First Order Stormtrooper, the Specialist, the Heavy, and the new Executioner Stormtrooper, because he looks really cool. And then maybe a Snow and a Flame Trooper as well. But we'll see. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm looking forward to making those minifigures. But my next video, speaking of Stormtroopers, I am going to be doing my review on these guys, my custom Stormtroopers, my own design, so which I worked on and off over the year, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I think that's about it. So by the time this goes up, I will be going to the midnight showing tonight. Like I said, I actually recorded this on the Tuesday, and by the time this goes up, it's on the Wednesday, and I'm going to the midnight showing, which is technically Thursday. So, yeah, I think this is also the first time I did a showcase, which is actually before a movie premieres in the cinemas. So, yeah, first time for everything, right? Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave me any suggestions for some custom minifigures for the future. I am planning on doing a custom Lego Star Wars Battlefront 2 minifigures, as well as, like I said, The Last Jedi and some First Order Stormtroopers. So yeah, let me know on any other Star Wars minifigures or anything else. After I do my custom Stormtrooper showcase, I will then do my T-Gun vs. Bat family, as I just need to do Batman, Red Hood, Catwoman, and maybe Batgirl to finish up that. Thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share for more. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be probably Saturday. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys.